Hi guys, welcome back to the maths program. If you are a student of class 11th or you are a student of class 12, you are appearing for JEE Main or JEE Advanced, or you just want to improve your mathematical skills, please watch this video. In earlier videos, we discussed about the objective of the programs. We also discussed a set of systems and processes that will make you a pro in competitive exams. So I hope that you have gone through that. In this video, I am going to discuss about set theories, the fundamentals of set. Of course, it will be slightly different from the textbook method. Here, I'll take one practical example, and from there, we'll establish the basics of the set. Pertinent to mention here is that set is the foundation stone for many other branches in mathematics. So if you are good at this, grasping of other subjects or other chapters will be easier for you. So with that, let us start. Let us take a practical example and let us see what are the basics of set. Suppose you have been given responsibility to organize tea, coffee and soft drinks for a freshers welcome party in the college. Suppose you have got 600 students in the college. You go about asking every student what they take, whether tea or coffee. To do that, first you have to define those students. You can define with a number, you can define with descriptions like name of the students. For simplicity, we will define those students by creating unique numbers from 1 to 600. Now you do a survey of those students and ask them what they take, whether tea or coffee, and you found out the following things. That 150 students are taking tea and 225 are taking coffee and 100 are taking both tea and coffee. Now you would like to know how many students are taking neither tea nor coffee. So let us start with those students who are taking tea. So let us write those students who are taking tea in a form as like this. Here we will say this A represents those students who take tea, and we write down here within second bracket the unique numbers given to those students, and of course these total unique numbers will be 150. When we write like this, basically we are defining the set. So it's when we write like this, we say that A is the set of students taking tea, and normally the set symbol is a capital letter, which is like A, B, C, all capitals. The constituents of the set or the things that make up the set, those are called elements or objects, and that number of elements in a set is defined as like this: in a here in this case is 150. There is another way to represent a set where we write the set and we write the element and we describe the element in a particular way. For example, in this case, we say A is x is a unique number, and x takes t. This is also one way to write the set, and this is called a set builder form. Now, what is that means that there is some name for the original one, that is the this one which we started with. These are called tabular form, where all elements are listed down in this pattern. You will find that most of the time we are using set builder form because that is easier and much more defined. Like operations on real numbers, we also have operations on sets. The first operation is A intersection B. Here, A intersection B will denote those students who like tea and coffee both. So, from the sets A and B, we can find out those students which are colored yellow here who are common. So we can list down all the students and we'll find what is A intersection B. So A intersection B is basically common elements between A and B. And what is this number? As per the given problem, the number of elements in A intersection B is 100. That means 100 people like both tea and coffee. The second operation is subtraction operation, which is A minus B. This A minus B actually means a set where the elements are available only in A but definitely not available in B. So the green colored elements that you can see here are A minus B elements. And here what is A is basically people who are taking tea, and what is B is people who are taking coffee. So A minus B will represent those students who are only taking tea but definitely not taking coffee. So what is the number of such students? We know that there are 150 students who take tea and 100 students take both tea and coffee. So 150 minus 100, that is the 50 students. These 50 students will take only tea and no coffee. So these 50 students will represent the set A minus B. Now let us see what is B minus A. B minus A will be those students who are taking only coffee but not tea, not definitely tea. And the sky colored elements in B, you will see that they are not available in A. And how many such elements are available? Here, total number of students who take coffee is 225, and 100 are taking tea and coffee both. So, B minus A will represent this 125 people who take only coffee and no tea. Definitely, A minus B and B minus A are not equal here, and generally it is not equal. So A minus B is not equal to B minus A. There is another kind of operation which is called A union B, which basically represents a set where the element is available either in A or in B. That means if A represents the students who take tea and B represents the students that take coffee, then A union B will represent those students who take either tea or coffee. And how do we calculate the number of elements here? For that, we have to show you something else. So from here, from this, if you have got a tabular form of A and B, you can find out the elements. So it will be either available in A or B. You can see these are available, these numbers 1, 2, 3, 10, 11 are available either in A or B. Please note that A union B is not equal to universal set, because you can see that lot of elements are missing. So now let us go to the next slide where we are going to show how to calculate the number of elements in A union B. To understand A union B, let us first create this diagram. Let us represent the universal set in a rectangle. That means all the elements possible are available in this rectangle. Then let us represent the set A, which is basically number of the students who are taking tea, represent into this rectangle, and similarly set B, which is representing the students who are taking coffee. There will be some areas, common areas, where A intersects with B, and we know from this problem number of elements in A is 150 and number of elements in B is 225. And it is also given that number of elements in A intersection B is 100. So what is A union B? A union B is this portion. A union B is this portion. Now how do you count A union B? We count A elements, then we count B elements. So we count all the elements in A and then we count all the elements in B. When you count all elements in A and all elements in B, you have counted this portion, this intersection portion twice. This portion is counted twice. So when we have counted twice, we have to deduct it. Now this will become A union B. That means number of elements in A union B is number of elements in A plus number of elements in B minus number of elements in A intersection B, which is 150 plus 225 minus 100 is equal to 275. So basically here A union B represents number of students who take either tea or coffee, and that is 275. So these representations of the set is called Venn diagram. Let us look at the question. The question is asking how many students were taking neither tea nor coffee. Now what we have found out is number of students who are taking either tea or coffee. So it seems that the question being asked is just the opposite. Now is there any opposite to a set? Yes, there is. It's called complement of a set and it is defined as below. Let's draw an universal set and let's draw a set A. Now the elements within this boundary will be called elements belonging to set A, and elements outside this boundary but within the universal rectangle will be called set A dot. So A dot represents the complement of set A, and in mathematical term we say A dot is equal to U minus A. So in this case, let's say A represent the set of students who take tea. So A dot will represent the students who do not take tea. And how many students will not take tea? It's very simple. It is total students minus students who are taking tea. That is 600 minus 150, 450. So this complement of a set I think is clearly understood. So we have seen the complement of a set in the last slide. Now let's come back to the main question again. How many students are taking neither tea nor coffee? So we are talking about a complement of a set. Now let us again represent these two sets within the universal set, and we have found that A union B is 275. Now what is A union B? A union B is students who are either taking tea or coffee. And the question being asked is how many students were taking neither tea nor coffee. So it's exactly the complement of A union B. So we are basically the looking at the answer of number of elements of A union B complement. That is in A union B complement. And what is A union B complement? It is number of elements in universal set minus number of elements in A union B, as we have found out in the last slide. So basically it represents the blue area, and this is basically 600 minus 275, which is 325. So how many students were taking neither tea nor coffee? The answer is 325 students were taking neither tea nor coffee. Understood the basics of set. And if you have liked this video, please share it. Please subscribe to the channel. You can always reach me at shumit.iitkgp.imb@gmail.com for any clarification. Thank you very much for watching this video.